You know the concept of an angel and a devil on each shoulder? Cartoons used it a lot when I was a kid. So I guess the idea just got imprinted in my brain. In my room, I have a wall mirror to my immediate left and a window to my right. At night, the light in the room makes the window a sort of dusky, blurry mirror, which is what made me first think of the cartoon cliché. I have 2 copies of myself, one each shoulder. Since the window copy is shaded and murky, I decided that was the devil, and the mirror was the angel. From time to time, and always in a joking manner, I'd ask them what they thought I should do before I'd make a decision of no real consequence. One night, a friend called me up, telling me that he had too much to drink at a party and wanted me to go help him home. This guy was something of a pain in the ass, and this sort of call was nothing new. It was late, and I was tired, but I try to be a good Samaritan, so I was hesitant to just abandon him to the subway at that ungodly hour. I glanced over my left shoulder to the mirror and raised an eyebrow as if to ask what to do. My reflection was unhelpfully mute. I turned to my right and opened my mouth to ask the rhetorical when I noticed something strange. The reflection, sparse and vague as it was, seemed to have its lips frozen in a silent no. I moved about and it mimicked me perfectly, but for that unchanging expression. I checked the mirror, but saw nothing strange in the fateful reflection. I was reasonably intrigued and more than a little freaked out. Slowly, I told my friend that no, I would not be able to make it, and he should try someone else. He hung up, and I turned back to the mirror. The abnormality was gone. The next day, a Saturday, I slept in, and due to a series of strange dreams and the shorter daylight hours of winter, I didn't wake up until it was dark out. After a groggy morning ritual, I took my usual seat and thought of my friend. I gave him a call to make sure he made it back all right, feeling bad about not going to help him due to some slight visual hallucination. The phone rang for nearly a minute, and as I was about to hang up, a stranger's voice answered it. The stranger identified himself as a police officer and asked me why I was calling. When I explained, he told me that regretfully my friend had not made it home. He'd been savaged by some creature, possibly a rabid dog of some huge size. He said they were working with animal control to track down the beast, but he confided he'd never seen wounds like this before. Nervously, I thanked him and I hung up. I looked at the window reflection for a long time, trying to see, hell, I don't know, something. Eventually I gave up, but something on my peripheral caught my attention and I turned to the mirror. For a split second, I saw myself. torn apart, gory and drenched in blood, just as the officer had described my late friend. Written on the mirror's surface, above my corpse, were the words, "The one time you take his advice." My corpse seemed to be grinning at me. I don't use mirrors anymore.